Jess here, your head of People and Culture for the Americas, for our new episode of Hayes Journey. Today I'm super excited. I'm sitting in this beautiful office here in Atlanta with David Curran.
Hello.
Thanks so much for being here today.
Yeah, of course. Good to be here. Yeah.
Now you have a very unique Hayes journey.
I guess, yeah.
You have been here for 20 years.
I joined 20 years ago.
You joined 20 years ago. You were here
I've
for
left
17.
twice, come back twice. I've joined 3 times, and I've worked for Hayes for about 17 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Of the 20.
Wow. Okay. You even have become a professional poker player for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
You've been in a band.
Yeah.
I've heard you've even written a script about recruiting.
So I used to write comedy recruitment songs, and I used to perform them at like Christmas parties in the UK. So
Okay.
So one of them was called "Put It on the Board" brackets counter offer. So it kind of told the story of some of the ups and downs of recruiting. So
Definitely has ups and downs.
yeah.
Well, out of that whole journey,
Yeah.
tell us what's been the most exciting part.
Most exciting part? A lot of memories over the years of working at Hayes, and a lot of really good trips. So we did some really good elite trips in the UK. One that stands out is Dubrovnik, which is where they filmed King's Landing for Game of Thrones, and we got to go there, and we drove like vintage cars, and then we got to walk around the city walls and kind of see things from the rooftops and stuff. So that was cool.
That's
but
really cool.
probably the biggest, most memorable experience was being promoted to director. So when I left Hayes early in my career and I was a professional poker player, and then I came back, I got married, I had a son, I thought probably should go and get a proper job again, so I came back to Hayes, and but I came back very driven, and I fast-tracked manager and I fast-tracked senior manager, but getting director was a big thing, especially in the UK at that time, and you had to hit targets for at least 3 years.
Okay.
So I'd been working at it for over 3 years to try and get to director, and you could only be promoted at year end at that time as well.
Okay.
So we were coming up to year end, and I'd already accepted the job to move to the US, which Elio had offered to me. So it was really my last chance to get director in the UK, because I was going to be flying out to the States a couple of weeks after, and I didn't know if I was going to get it until on the day. So I was there. There was over 100 people there. A lot of them I've worked with for over 10, 12 years at that time.
Right.
And it was Donna who had hired me, stood up in front of everybody and promoted me to director, and I got a bottle of champagne and stood up and got a standing ovation, and that was just a really kind of special moment to go from intern to director with one company, and and it was a great way to leave the UK business.
Right, yeah, on an actual high.
On a real high,
yeah. That's amazing. So well, and it's not many places, right? Like, I don't want to run past that, because not many places you can go from intern through to have a full career, hit director, and then also, as you mentioned, you were about to move. So you were still promoted. 'Cause a lot of times people think, oh, if I take the international opportunity, I'm going to hit reset on my promotion. But you made the promotion, and then still were able to continue on your career.
Well, I think Hayes has been really good about that. He's certainly fostered and encouraged international moves, and a lot of the people we were just talking before about, a lot of the people I'd worked with have been with Hayes longer than me, before I joined, and had really good relationships, and still have great relationships with those people. And so it was kind of, we're sorry to see you go, but we wish you the best. And the move was kind of celebrated, rather than it being seen as a negative that I was going to go and move to a different part of the business. So,
right. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah.
Great. Okay. Now, when you left Hayes and you came back, what inspired you? I know there was one moment you came back because you got married, you had a kid, you came back, but was there something else in there that really drew you to Hayes?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the first time I was an intern, so I did an internship as part of my degree, and then left and came back, and then I left in the global financial crisis, and I was a poker player for a couple of years, and then came back. But I think there's probably 2 things really. It was people and purpose. So Hayes has a great culture, and it's always attracted really good people. So there's a lot of people like Donna Clark, who hired me, Helen Libsey trained me, Tim Hall, James Priestley, Mark White, people that had joined before me that are still working in Birmingham today, 20 years on, which is really cool. And both in the UK and in the US, Hayes has always attracted really good people. So it's great working with people who are really positive and really want to do things well and kind of have a can-do approach. But there's also purpose. You know, playing poker for a living wasn't actually very fulfilling because you're not contributing to anything, you're not achieving much apart from trying to earn a living. And what we do here, I think actually really matters. Like we do change people's lives. And you look at iconic brands of the modern age, you look at like Apple and Meta and things like that. Really what they're about, they're making products and software, but really they're about connecting people. That's what it's about. You know, a phone is about connecting people, and that's what we do. We connect people, and we have the privilege of working with people as they're making some of the most important decisions of their lives, like what they're going to do in their career and what they're going to do next, and supporting them through that process. So I actually think what we do here is really fulfilling, and you get to do it with great people as well. So.
Yeah, no, I agree. Actually, that's one of the reasons I got into HR, because you really, when you give somebody an offer for a role, or you know, in this scenario that you're mentioning, and you're changing their life.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, all of our lives are impacted by whatever's the next job that we take, opportunity that we take. Yeah. And we spend a lot of time here, so.
And people where it's at, I think, you know, being able to have that level of interaction with people, I think is really a really awesome thing to be able to do.
Yeah.
So I think it's a really fulfilling career.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. So,
one more question for you.
All right.
Well, one more question that you know about.
One more that I know about.
There's
okay.
a secret question at the end.
I was already excited, but I mean.
Okay, so you have somebody, they're just starting here.
Yeah.
What's the advice that you give them, David? Like, how do you guide them through? You talked about, I mean, you've even made songs about the ups and downs.
Even made songs, you know. I mean, that's if you've got that level of understanding of recruitment to write songs about it. But I mean, there's 100 things you could tell people joining the business. But I think, as corny as it sounds, I think this job is what you make of it. And one thing you learn playing poker, I played a lot of poker, obviously, is you can't control all the results. You can't control all the outcomes. So the poker's an interesting game because you can do everything right. You can get all your chips in with the best hand, and you can be 90% favourite to win, and then your opponent can draw out and they can still win the hand, and you can do everything right and you can still lose. So you have to detach yourself a little bit from the results in poker, but you have to obsess over doing the right things again and again and again, because if you do that, the results will take care of themselves. And that's a little bit like what we do here, because lots of things will go right in recruiting and lots of things will go wrong, and that's just the nature of it. And you can't control everything that happens. We're dealing with people. People change their minds, or people decide not to accept offers, or circumstances change, and you can't control that. So I think being resilient to that, and not letting the kind of setbacks hit you too hard, but focusing on just keep doing the right things, keep putting in the right inputs, keep doing the work, and the results will come.
Right. So never give up.
Don't give up, and don't be disheartened. There'll be lots of setbacks, but the results will come. And when they come, it can be really, really fulfilling. This can be the best job in the world when things are going your way. It can be a tough job, but that's when you've got to be resilient.
Right. So resilience really matters.
Resiliency, consistency. Yeah.
Okay. Last question.
Okay.
So you have 5 kids.
I do.
8 chickens?
12, 8 chickens, yeah.
What was the 12?
12 was the oldest.
Okay.
I thought you were going to do ages.
So you have 12 something
12,
else?
No. Not that I know of. No, so 5 kids, 8 chickens, 2 dogs.
2 dogs.
Yeah.
Assuming you have any free minutes, how do you spend them?
I enjoy playing music, and I can do that with the kids. So I'm teaching them guitar and drums, and that's really fun. And sometimes I get to be the lame dad playing the guitar while they play the drums or something like that.
Cool.
I actually really enjoy cooking, and really spending a lot of time with the family. And when I'm not doing that, I do sometimes manage to get to the gym, and sometimes manage to play soccer.
Okay.
But yeah, it's mainly work, kids, repeat a lot of the time. But we find some time for things. So.
Okay. Who are you going to root for in the World Cup? Since it's going to be here.
Since it's going to be here, and I'm living in the States, I know the USA want to do really well, I'm going to have to say England. So I am a lifelong England supporter, and if they won the World Cup, I would cry my eyes out. So it would be. It sounds silly, but it would be one of the best days of my life.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not directly involved, it would just I've been supporting them since I was a kid, and
that would be cool to see. It is so good.
It's been a lifetime of heartbreak for me. So the last tournament,
resilient, David. Remember,
I'm trying to be resilient. I'm really trying. But the last thing they won was 1966. So
wow.
And they've come close in the last few years.
Close. Yeah. They've come so close.
So, but maybe I'll root for the USA second.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So.
Don't tell anybody.
No, I won't tell anyone. This isn't going out anyway.
No. I'm also I'm a Spain supporter.
Oh really?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
But again,
that's been a tough ride, isn't it? Supporting
so hard.
Spain. Yeah, I don't know how you cope with that.
It's so tough.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much, David.
Thanks you
for joining us.
Yeah.
And thanks everybody for joining us.
Thank you.
Our episode of His Journey.